Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, hey man. How are you, my friend?
I'm pretty good. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm fine today. Welcome to Talk with Brian.
Thank you. It's a pleasure
Thank
to
you
hear
for
you.
thank you for joining us. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Do you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a little light, but that's okay. Uh,
I'm sorry. I not have my earphone here.
no, no problem.
So
That's okay. We'll be fine. Uh, I wanted to start with asking you, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you work with my sister-in-law, Monica and
yeah,
Andrea. I believe that's right.
that's that's right. I do work with both of them.
Nice.
Monica, I work with her on my own clinic. She helps me out there. She's a pretty great physiotherapist. She's also specialized with temporomandibular joint disorders, as I am. I
Ah,
am
good.
glad that I have her there, that I taught some things to her and also helped her to get through this way. And on the other hand, I have Andrea, that she's a great pediatrician. We sometimes I make some shifts with her, night shifts on the hospital. So I work with her as well.
Ah, yes. Night shifts are tough, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they are. And they are tougher when we have children, sick children's.
Yes, I
Like,
imagine.
it's tougher.
Yes.
The
And
anatomy goes crazy. Not everything is like in the book when we talk about them. It's totally different.
yes, of course. Talking about Monica first, as a physical therapist, she helped me a lot. I hurt
Me too.
myself this year. A few months ago, I hurt my leg, and
Uh-huh.
she gave me physical therapy in my house, which was excellent. She helped me to walk much better and made me stronger. She's excellent.
She's good, and she does a lot of things that hurts a lot, but it's good for us,
Yes,
didn't it?
I love her. She's my sister, but she tortured me.
Yeah, she
But I
does.
needed
And
it.
when the funniest thing is that she's very skinny, and
Yes.
yet she does a lot of strain on
Very
us.
strong girl, even though she's skinny. Yes.
True.
What is your specialty? I saw on your page that you specialize in something. I think it was DTM. I think it was. But
Yeah,
as a
DTM.
do you
Sorry.
know the word layman? Layman is someone who's not an expert. So as I am a
Yeah,
layman, I'm not at work in the medical profession, of course. Can you explain it to someone like me?
sure. In fact, many people doesn't know actually what this means, because DTM stands for disfunção temporomandibular, which in English it would go temporomandibular joint dysfunction, which is this articulation of the mouth that allows you to open your mouth and close as well.
Ah,
So there are a lot of different types of dysfunctions over there that needs treatment, and the person who diagnoses it and treats that, one of the specialties that I have is doing this.
very cool.
I don't
Is
know if I don't know if I explain you in a way that you could understand,
yeah, it's
but
perfect.
my English is a little bit not that far anymore. I used to have a good English. Now
It's a little
I
bit
have some
rusty.
struggles when I'm speaking.
Do you know this
Well,
expression to say it's a little bit rusty?
yes, I'm. I'm not little bit rusty. I'm very much rusty.
Yeah. Where did you first study English? When did you start studying English?
My dad used to be fluent in English, though he
Nice.
never had somebody to talk back. So my first contact with English was with him, and also on the regular school. But the time that I actually was needed to learn English and get to learn English was when I did the Science Without Borders program, which
Ah,
was government sponsored program, which take people from here and go to do 1 or 2 terms of college overseas.
oh, nice.
So I was one of the selected ones that I went to Canada,
Hmm. Great.
Winnipeg, and I spent 1 year over there in 2012.
Yeah,
There
as in
they
Winnipeg,
taught
I
me.
think that's pretty cold, very different from Brazil, no?
Oh, you know what? Winnipeg is in terms of geographically appearance, it looks like Brasilia. It's very
Oh, yeah?
plain. Everything is built very far from everything. You
Yes.
need to use the car there, but they have a very good public transportation that over there, so you don't need very much of the cars. Like in here in Brasilia, which you need the car for you go anywhere. Over there, you can just uh, over there you just need to take a bus and go wherever you want to go, and it's easier. The system that you have over there it's very much more in advance than we have here in Brasilia.
I
Like
see.
you know where the bus is. They have a GPS in every single bus. The driver can speak with a system like a central system that knows, and everything goes and work well. Mainly because they can kill people from cold with cold. The
Yes.
weather is very cold, and the
Yes.
range from hot to cold is very big, very wide. They goes from 42 plus degrees Celsius degrees
Yep.
to minus 45,
Oh my God.
which is like
How can you
minus
survive
60.
there?
Oh, it was pretty harsh in the beginning because I didn't know how to. I did. People are commenting here, and I have TDAH.
Yes, it's,
So I
I
got
didn't
struggle.
understand. My Portuguese is not the best. That's okay.
Uh, oh, okay. So, well, the weather over there is so harsh that I learned very quickly to look at the how hot or cold was, so I could plan my day over there before
Ah.
going anywhere. Because the first thing that I've learned there is the sunniest days in
Oh,
the
Monica
winter.
entered here. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica. The sunniest days in the winter are the coldest ones.
Yes, I imagine.
So yeah, you know about it. You are from
Yeah, from
United
Boston.
States. You
Boston
got
gets
some
pretty
very
cold, but not, I think not so cold as Winnipeg, but Boston can be pretty cold. Have you been to
cold.
the United States? Do you know the United States?
In the United States, I just know Chicago.
Oh,
I went
nice.
there for a conference over there, a medical conference, and I was actually forced to go there because my aunties they called me and say, "Okay, we are going to United States, close to the
Oh, hi, Sao
Canada,
Paulo.
and you just pop up over there, and we pay for everything." And I say,
Yeah, oh,
"Oh,
nice.
with this price, I will go
Yes, of course.
for free, even injections on on my forehead." We
Yes.
have the same here in Brasilia. You probably know that. For free, even injections on my forehead.
Yeah, yes, a good expression. So you did the Science Without Borders. That was a nice program. And in your time as studying, as your studies advanced in medical studies, did you need to know English very well? How did you do with English in your classes?
Yeah, you know what? I actually did some English classes before starting the university classes, the college classes as well. So for sure, I needed advanced English to understand and keep up with the classes. I end up doing some classes that I actually did before in my in Brazil because it was a little bit easier to keep up with with my uh, college mates, you know,
Yeah, it's
and with
classmates.
the yeah classmates. Sorry, I forgot a lot of my English.
That's okay. In
Well,
my class, in our class, we it's a friendly class, and I always correct my students because it's important.
that's
When I
good.
first started giving classes, I felt bad, you know, because I thought, oh, it's not polite to correct people, but no, that's what the people want, and that's what they need, and what they pay me
If
for, of course.
if you don't correct me, I will never learn.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's how it worked with my friends over there as well. Every time I was speaking with them, and I needed to talk about something and I didn't know, they wait for me. Hello, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you right now. Sorry, I believe my
Okay.
internet's not okay.
No,
Can you
maybe
hear me
mine
all
too.
right?
We had a lot of rain today in Brasilia.
Good. Yeah, every time that we have rain here, the traffic goes crazy, the internet goes crazy, nothing works well. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's something that,
Yeah,
and
well, and
with
I
that,
believe in my house we have I think the highest level of internet, 240 megabytes or something, and I don't think that they give us this really.
they don't. For sure, they don't. They always have an excuse to say, okay,
Yeah.
you tried this, but you have to be in the highest spot. You have to
Yeah.
be wearing some specific clothes. So then you get this. Otherwise,
Yes.
you're not guaranteed.
The last installation, the guy, I have a normal cell phone, not the best, you know, the iPhone 11 or whatever is too expensive. And the guy said, "Oh, the service will be better if you buy a better phone." I said, "Oh man, now I got internet. Now I need to buy a new phone."
That's how you figure out that you don't have the good stuff. You know, they are very
Yeah, it's a pro.
polite here in Brazil. I'm sorry for hearing it, but well, here mine is 120 megabytes, gigabytes. I don't know. These a lot of bytes, but they never delivered this.
Oh, there's Deas here. Oh, hi, Dea.
Hi there.
Nice to
Ah,
see you.
thank you.
It's nice.
So I
And so
was,
you were telling me about what you needed for English at the university while you
yeah,
were
well,
studying.
I needed to learn a lot of English. When I went there, I knew some English. I knew enough to not be hungry or to ask some directions. Though, when I arrived there, I figured out very quickly that I didn't know English enough for studying.
Yes.
I didn't know English enough for working. I didn't know English enough for doing anything, not even watch watch TV.
Ah, yes.
In fact, watching TV was the most hard part from my whole experience outside Brazil
Yeah.
because the way they do TV over there is different. The way that they speak is way more well, it's normal, and for someone that doesn't know English well or are not used to the pace that you speak, the accent that you have, and different accents from north, from south, from whatever,
Yeah.
you just can't keep going with them. You just
No.
watch the images, and that's it.
I had a friend in Boston, near to Boston. There are many Brazilians, and I made some Brazilian
Oh,
friends.
good.
And I met a woman, an older woman, who was living with her family, and she had no English. She didn't speak anything,
Oh,
and she could watch one channel. She would watch the Food Network because
Food
she
Network.
understood like the ingredients. She knew what they were doing, even if she didn't get the English. You know?
Holy God. That you know what? I only knew that I knew English when I oh sorry. I only knew when that I knew English when I call for ask for a pizza
Yeah.
like I don't know. Probably you know Pizza Hotline. I believe that there is Pizza Hotline in United
Yes,
States as well.
delivery
So
pizza.
yeah, and I call them, and they are always on the other side. It is a Indian guy or somebody from
Yeah,
not who is not an American.
yeah, it's
And I
difficult.
asked all my toppings, and my toppings came all correct.
Nice. What are
Just
your favorite
because I
toppings?
knew English enough.
That's good. What
But
were your favorite toppings?
my favorite toppings are feta cheese and
Nice.
also uh, some tomatoes, and
Ah, good.
I really like and enjoy cheese. So I
Yeah.
always pick different type of cheese. And I had one friend, like a friend over there, that always asks pizzas with me. That he's just addicted to bacon. So it
Ah,
was always half feta cheese and chicken, and for
yeah.
him plain bacon, and
Ah,
that's it.
nice. I love bacon, but I don't know if I would like bacon on a pizza. I don't know. Maybe I'll try
Yeah,
someday.
no, he could eat like it was heaven for him.
Yes,
I don't
nice.
know how could he do that, but that's how it
I like
was.
the pizza in Brasilia. Do you think it compares to the pizza there you had there? Is it similar, different? What do you think?
You know, like Pizza Hut and
Yeah, Monica
oh,
loves bacon.
Monica loves bacon too. I know that. Well, but Pizza Hut and also there is another one, Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's, yeah.
They are very alike.
Yeah, they're
Same.
similar.
They very similar. But like if you go to Pizza Cesar here, bakers and that.
They like too.
So
I don't know. I
uh,
thought these healthcare professionals would be against bacon, but good to see. The doctors tell me we can eat bacon.
every day with everything. Well, but like if you go to Pizza Cesar here, you had a different type of pizza, and like over there, you would never listen about like hot dog pizza
Yes.
or picanha pizza
Yes.
or whatever. We do not respect the receipts here.
No. Well,
We
I
just do
think
our way.
a great business opportunity is the Rodizio pizza. We
Yes.
don't really have this in the United States. We have the Rodizio churrasco, the barbecue guys, like the Brazil
Yeah,
barbecue,
we
but for
kind of have the
pizza,
all you can eat type
yeah,
of.
all you can eat, but it's not exactly the same where the waiters bring and you have all the different ones ready. I think that would make a lot of money if you opened one of those in New York or Boston.
Yeah, but we would need to have a lot of money too to do that,
Yes, that's the problem.
because we need to have a lot of time to make people knew that if you go there, they will have a different type of service, different type
Yes.
of, and
Yeah, it's
until
very
they're
different from the
getting the
culture.
taste of the Americans,
But
it would be
Americans, we
tough.
really love the Brazil barbecue restaurants. They had a great
Too.
success, and
Oh, that's nice to
I
see. I
love
didn't know that.
talking about pizza toppings. I love Brazil foods. I love feijoada. I love Brazil barbecue. Acarajé is one of my favorite things to eat.
Acarajé
But
is good.
one pizza topping until now I don't care for is the Portuguesa. I just don't like the Portuguesa. I don't know why. Everyone else likes it, but not me.
Yeah, you know what? Portuguesa is one that you have only two options. Either you or you like it and love it, or you
Yeah.
hate it. There is no middle way.
Yes, I see. That's
So,
fine. I guess I won't ever get there.
uh,
Let's
did you see what
sorry.
Andrea said? Now that she
What
said
is
that it's good, but not too much.
and the Hodizio is not too much. I see. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't agree with her. I think that if you get a
Well,
radizio, you're gonna be fit.
one of the best things of talking to a doctor in a different language is I can pretend I didn't understand, you know? So if Andrea gives me some medical advice, I say, eu não entendi, desculpa, eu não entendi.
uh,
Portuguesa is the best, Monica. I don't know about that, but if you love it, that's fine.
I don't know if you know about the four cheese pizza.
Ah, four cheese is good. Yeah, I like.
That's my favorite one.
I agree with you. All cheese is the best. I like so much cheese.
That's,
And
that's good.
let's go back to
Let's go
you were
back to
telling
what.
me you were
Yes,
telling me about your work and your
yes,
work in the hospital and in physical therapy and these things with do you need to use English sometimes in your work?
yes, I do. I actually work with some embassies over here in Brazil.
Oh,
I
nice.
work with the embassy. I treated the ambassador of Botswana, which is my friend.
Ah,
I
hmm.
treat the ambassador of, I forgot the name. It's a European one which speaks in German.
uh,
Um,
maybe one of the small ones. I don't know.
yes,
Yeah,
I don't
Lithuania,
remember.
maybe.
Yeah. Sorry?
Lithuania, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no. It's a
yeah,
little bit bigger. Later I will remember that.
that's
I
okay.
also work with people from the embassy of Australia, which are my friends as well. And the funny fact was when I meet them was like one of the guys were trying to get some massage,
Uh,
but because of the barrier of the English language to him that he didn't know Portuguese as well, he went up going to a hooker's place.
oh yeah. So he
So
had a
I
special
guess,
massage.
yeah, because the thing was, there's this place that there is massage, like with happy ending,
Yeah.
like Thailand
Yeah.
massage,
Yes.
and also have some stores that sells dental stuffs and things like that. And my father-in-law asked me to deliver some products that he used to sell in this store.
Uh,
When I was passing by, I hear him talking with the lady, and the lady was trying to explain to him what she did, what
yeah.
she does, and he was trying to explain to her what he wanted.
I
So
see.
I agreed.
He was looking for something more professional. Yeah.
Yes. So I went there and explained for both of them, and then we
Yeah.
get
That's
to be
good. This
friends.
is something very valuable when you can communicate in both languages. Even if you're
That's
not
true.
fluent in English or Portuguese, if you can help someone, my Portuguese is okay. I wouldn't win
Your
any
Portuguese
tests
is
or
good.
awards or things, but I can help someone. It's nice to be able to do that. Uh,
That's
oh,
true.
there's my mom. Hi, mom. Well, welcome to Talk with Brian here. Julie Fife, that's my mom.
Oh, nice. Hello, Brian's mom. Nice to meet you. You have a very
Um,
good son.
oh, thank you.
You know,
My
you're
Monica was saying now. Monica was saying hello. She missed the beginning when we were talking about her, how she
yes,
does a good job. She'll need to go
she
back and
does.
see the recording. I think she will like.
Yeah. Well, talking about the importance of other language, we need here in Brasilia to learn and know English. Actually, we get a lot of contact with people from other countries that comes here, and they need our services, and sometimes they don't know how to speak, and to get communicate communicating with somebody through the Google Translator is not something that's easy,
Yes.
uh, and doesn't work very well. Also, because I know English, I was contacted by a company from Australia that it's specialized to do some uh, how is it? What you, they actually work with some part of law, and also
Uh-huh.
they do. Oh yeah, they do the pericia. I don't remember the word, but what they do is to check the medical state of the person. So they does a consultation. They do a consultation,
Nice.
and write down like, oh, you have this and that and that and that, so you can show to the judge. So you can prove for the
Uh,
judge whatever your medical state is.
Yes.
So what they contact me and also made me go through a whole process of selection, which at the end I am enrolled with them. And
Ah,
thank
diagnosis.
you,
Thank you, man.
thank you, Julie. See, your mom, it's
Yeah,
she must to
that's why
participate in
she's here.
every single election that you do.
Yeah. She's the big boss.
Well, so they come to make the diagnosis, and they hired my place, my clinic, to
Nice.
do that.
Ah,
So
very good.
when they have an appointment, they call me, see if I have the space to them, and I help them with that. So I take the measures, and I just need to be there and
Hmm.
know a minimum of English,
Yeah.
so it can be fluent, can be take the measurements and the whole diagnosis done for them.
Ah,
So
very
and
nice.
that was only possible because I know English. I'm not fluent anymore, but I do know English. Yes,
There's
put
Dave.
all the words together.
They and Julie are good friends.
That's good. Evaluation. That was the
Ah,
word that I was looking
evaluation.
for.
Nice. Yes.
So yeah, we do the evaluation process, the whole evaluation process to make to get a diagnosis actually. So I was contacted by them, and they proposed me to use my clinic as one of their listed points to an Australian goal to do that,
Ah,
and they paid me
cool.
very well for that.
Yes, I imagine.
Also,
Very good.
that's a good point. Also,
Yes.
because I learned English, I was contacted by another company that sells uh, uh, stuff for surgery, like tools
Me-
to
Medical
surgery,
supplies.
medical supplies like prostheses.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
they need somebody that know a little bit of English and also knows how to work with health and who is used to go through uh, surgery rooms and how to speak with doctors because despite Andrea, which is a very nice person, very cute lady, despite her, usually the surgeons used to be a little bit hard to
Yeah, they
talk,
can be
harsh
difficult.
as well. Yeah, they are very much distinct. So they want everything in time, and they
Yeah.
don't want to wait. And it's hard to talk with them. So this company contacted me, and one of the prerequ- prerequisites were
Correct.
to speak English at least on a medium level,
Yeah, good
so
enough
we
to
could
communicate.
communicate with them over there and also with the doctors. So
Yeah.
English for me, it's very, very much important. It
Yes.
actually makes me have a lot of different opportunities, not only to in a professional way, as I uh, uh, ex- make some examples here,
Yeah.
also make me very good friends.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
have friends from all over the world actually, and thanks for a second language. Actually, I speak a little bit Spanish, of Spanish
Ah,
as
nice.
well. But because I spend much more time speaking English, my Spanish always start. I always start a sentence in Spanish and finish it in English.
Oh, yes.
I just
Let me ask you about you talked about doctors and living in Brazil. When I need to go to a doctor, of course we're in Brazil, so I don't expect him to speak English. It's not his job. It's his country. He can speak Portuguese. But when he is able to communicate with me in English, it makes my life much easier. And do you know the expression we have in English? It's called bedside manner.
Bedside manner.
Yeah, do you know that?
Actually, I don't remember hearing that, but sorry for it.
Bedside manner is how we describe how a doctor uh, communicates with a patient. Of course, you can have the best doctor in the world, the best surgeon, but also
Yes,
they have to have some communication, some empathy, some sympathy. And so
yes.
you describe this as their bedside manner. So if they have a good bedside manner or a bad bedside manner,
Yeah.
you know.
I do. I kind of get this through the words like manner. I know that manner stands for something that is like how you
Yeah, it's kind of
behave.
like,
If you are
uh,
polite, you have good
yeah,
manners. I
yeah,
understand.
manners can be to be polite is manners, but then
Yes,
manner I think is more like way, is the way
the
the
way.
way
Oh,
of the
okay.
behavior, like the jeito. I would say na jeito
Hmm.
na perto. The patient is on the bed, so you're at his side, and how you
Okay,
treat them.
bedside
Yeah,
manners.
bedside manner. Yes, I
Okay.
believe Dea has a good bedside manner.
Yes, she does. She
And
must do.
Monica, when she was doing the physical therapy, I don't know, she was pretty tough. That was hard, but she
Yes,
needed to be.
but you need to be, otherwise you don't do the exercise.
Yes, no, I was a terrible patient. I think I was her worst patient. Yes, I'm very
Let's not
lazy.
reserve it on to you. Everybody is a bad patient. I
Yeah,
am as well. Every time she she can get me to make some anything in me on me, always I could because I'm Italian descent that I curse a lot in any
yeah.
single language. I do curse a lot. And Monica had heard a lot of
Ah,
different
nice.
curses.
She heard some English curse words in my house while she was working on me. She was treating me very well, and I think I said a few bad words, but I told her don't take it personally.
Yeah. Well, just going back a little bit, the the thing about the importance of knowing English is to communicate, and you were talking about to be able to communicate. So I realized after a while that you don't need actually to know every single piece of every word to
Yeah,
communicate and transmit what you want to the other person. It is nicer if you can do that, though.
yeah,
If you can do the 90% of this, I believe it's good enough.
yeah, sure.
However, I had some very embarrassing times with words that doesn't mean what I thought it means.
Yeah, I had this. I won't say now because I don't know if the people will be offended, but I said some things in Portuguese that I thought were good things to say, and they were not good things to say.
And we
I made some
Brazilians
mistakes.
and we Brazilians we love to teach words that doesn't actually mean what
Yes,
they.
I had in my one of my first jobs at an English school, my friend, he told I was single and he was single and there were two
Yeah,
single women working there and he said and I had no Portuguese, very little. And he said, "Oh,
yeah.
Brian, tell them this expression. I won't repeat." He said it's very romantic. And I went to the girls and I said and the girls, "Oh, Brian, why did you say such a thing to me?" He's a good friend.
That's a good friend. You know what? I have a very good friend. His name is Jose. He's from Nigeria. And once I was like chatting with my brother and my younger brother, and who is also an English teacher.
Ah, nice.
Uh, when we were talking, this friend was with me over there in Canada, and he said hi, and my brother just said, "Okay, you had to call a girl which is very beautiful. If you want to compliment her, you have to call her like popozuda potrancona,
Oh,
which is a slang
yeah.
that means like somebody with a very big ass, fat
Yeah,
ass."
a fat ass, yeah.
And potrancona, it's another slang that means like tasty or somebody that's very exuberant. Though in a very kinky way, you know.
Yes, I see. Yeah,
So
I learned in Portuguese when I learned words that have different meanings. For
yes,
example, when you have a delicious food, you can say, ah, essa comida é gostosa, right? Like if we
true.
have a feijoada, ah, é gostosa, it's delicious. But I
Delicious.
learned gostosa in the other way first. So I didn't know you could use it for
Exactly.
food. And then one day I had a lunch at my friend's parents' house, and he
Yes.
said to his mom, the food was delicious, but he and used the word gostosa. And I said, oh, I don't understand. You call your mom gostosa. What is this? Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
one thing when you learn a new language. It's always fun to learn the bad words, the words that mean different things, but they're dangerous. You have to be careful.
Yes.
I
Yes, they are.
always, when I have to talk with Portuguese, today it's improving, but if I meet someone new, I always say, ah, desculpa, eu não falo muito bom. So that way, if I make a mistake, then it's okay.
But you know what? Actually, you have a very good Portuguese.
Oh,
You are
thanks.
way better than me
No, I don't
in
know.
English. Yeah. Yeah. Your accent's not that strong, and we can just understand you very well. We don't need to ask you to repeat.
Ah, thank you. That's good to know.
So
Yeah, I'm
that's a
learning
good
the
thing.
words. As you said about not having to know every word, it's really true. I have some students who ask for class on prepositions, and I give the
Yes.
class on prepositions. It's an important part of the language. But if
True.
you make a mistake with prepositions, it's okay, really. The people understand. Like for
Hmm.
example, it's correct to say, if I call you and say, "Where are you, man?" You say, "I'm on the bus." It's correct. I'm
Yes.
on the bus. If you say, "I'm in the bus," it's wrong. I don't know
You
why,
are.
on or in. It should be in because you're inside, right? But we say on the bus. But if you say in the bus, I know where you are. It's okay. So if you make these little mistakes, the important is to be understood, to communicate. That's my philosophy as a teacher. I don't focus. Of course, I always correct grammar, and I always try to give lessons of grammar. But it's not the most important. The most important is to communicate, to be understood.
That's good because if you take a look on this, many of the persons that are actually learning English didn't want or don't want to know the perfect grammar. They want to the enough English to go over anywhere and to be able to communicate.
Yes.
Of course, it's good to have perfect grammar or good grammar, which
Yes,
I
if you
had
can.
a very, very good teacher uh, back in Canada. Though if she sees my writings, she will never like that.
Yeah, she will complain with you.
She will
Yeah,
be
I am
mad
not
at
so
me.
strict, teacher. My students like me because I'm not too strict. I
That's
I
good.
have before the coronavirus and the COVID-19, I
Mhm.
had most of my classes face to face, in person.
Yeah.
I would go to people's work, I would go to their house, to their apartment, and also to cafes and bars and drink a beer, drink a coffee, and talk in English. Very nice, very
That's nice.
easy way to practice the language. Now with the COVID, the Corona, we do most of the classes online.
Sure. We because of this pandemic, we just lose a lot of the nice part of being human. You know,
Yes,
to have the warmth of everybody, even and we are Brazilian, so
yes,
we love to hug,
yeah.
to hang on
It's
somebody,
one of my
to be
favorite parts of the
close.
Brazil culture. This the
So
the proximity.
yeah, we do a lot. Have this proximity, and this is killing us actually.
Yes,
I know there
I
are some people that love that as well, but for most of us, it's killing me. I am
yes,
somebody that
I
always
understand.
hugs. I'm like that.
Yes,
It's just how I am.
I've lived here now for 13 years. I love living in Brazil. The friends are great, the people are great, my family. It's really nice. And one of the best things is this proximity. I like to hug and kiss and touch. And United States is not so common. United States you have to be careful. Only with
You
some
have a
relationships.
bigger personal space.
Yes. Yeah, I was shocked when I first came here, and I really didn't know anything about Brazil culture very much, and people were giving me hugs and a little kiss, and I thought, wow, I'm so popular. Okay, nice. But it's
Yeah,
very nice.
it's different. You know, even to, I don't know, it's flirt. Is it the word like you want to?
Yeah, to flirt. Yeah.
Yeah, here in Brazil, it's way more faster and closer, and
Yes.
we men take more of the first steps.
Yes. I learned
What I
this, but
see
it's a little
over,
bit tricky for a foreigner because we don't know all the correct words and signals. Uh,
true.
and I'm sure when I was a single guy, if you asked some of the girls at that time, they would have some crazy stories for, Brian, he said something very stupid.
But everybody does that. You know, I've seen a lot of different stuffs when I was like in Canada. People like it was the higher times of the twerking, you know.
Yes.
And this, although I'm from Brazil and when we have funk, o funk carioca,
Yes.
although we have that over there, they do that work, which is a way of dancing pretty alike our funk.
Ah, nice.
They have a different way how to behave with that. Like
Yeah.
here, we have like if somebody's dancing like that, you're gonna go closer, and you know the way is totally different. Over there, they were doing that, but they have a personal space that you
Yes.
cannot
Have a
express.
limit.
Yes, and there because of the policies about rape and about woman rights, which is very strict, and I like
Yeah.
this. They
Yes.
changed the way that they date, at least how I see how they do that. Now
Yes, I think
the
so.
woman does the first steps, so
Yes, I had
it
my
becomes
Brazilian friend was at a nightclub there dancing, and a nice dance with the girl. And at the end of the song, he tried to give a little kiss, and the girl pushed him away.
yes. Well, so I've seen this happening in my bare eyes because I couldn't do anything because I was dating my girlfriend, which is my wife today. But
Yes, nice.
all of my friends over there, they were Brazilian as well. They had a lot of difficult times over there.
Yeah. You
They didn't know
you
how
and
which was the limit.
yeah. Did your wife or yeah, at the time your girlfriend go with you to there, or were you apart?
I went by myself,
Ah,
and she went to visit me, though she spent just like 15 days,
nice.
20-ish, I don't remember, but
Yes.
it was the time I spent the rest
That's
of the year.
That's a good lesson for people watching, how you said 20-ish. For people watching who don't know, in English it's very common to add the ish at the end of the word to give an approximation. It's not exact. It's not. We don't know. Maybe it was 21, maybe it was 19, but you say 20-ish. That's a good. Your English. That's nice. They're very good.
Thank you.
You and
So
your wife now you have a baby. I think is that right?
yes, I do have a
Ah,
girl. She
congratulations.
has a very pretty smile. You
Yes.
know, she is 9 months old already.
Ah.
She's asleep.
Ah, she's sleeping good.
Yeah, if she
When
wasn't, I wouldn't be able to be here.
when she's a little older, will you put her for English classes?
Actually, I asked my father to always and only speak in English with her
Oh, nice.
because
That's
I've
great.
seen I've seen in this series about babies in Netflix. I believe it's Babies, the name of this,
Yeah.
which explains how the babies uh, are born and how they develop their brains, and how they develop their abilities and skills, and how they develop how they speak. Uh, one of the episodes that they show is a family that are half British and half French or
Ah,
Belgian. I don't remember. I just remember that the father speaks French and the mom speaks English.
nice.
So the father always speaks in French with the daughters, and the mother always speaks in English. And every time the mother didn't understand something, the daughter has the obligation to translate from
Ah,
from to
that's
the mother.
a good situation for her to learn.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the expert says that that's the best way to the
yeah,
kid learn, so they can actually develop the same side of the brain, which is it's a very in, in, interesting thing and hard to understand.
yeah,
So I'm trying to apply this on my daughter
nice.
so she could learn faster,
Yeah,
and I want also to put her on an English class.
good. The little kids, they learn very fast. I always recommend to my friends who have babies and kids to put in this English school or Spanish school, whatever they want to study, French, but to put in the English school early, and they become almost a native speaker. I
Yeah.
had a friend. She is American, and her husband is Brazilian, and they
Hmm.
had a baby, and they do as you saw, speaking only English or Portuguese, and they live in China. So the
Oh,
baby learned Chinese, Portuguese, and English like a native. I think someday he will be the boss of everyone.
surely he will, because China is as big as it is.
Yes, and the
You know what?
language is very difficult, I think.
Chinese, sure. You
Yeah,
know what? A curiosity of Chinese is they are the bigger one of the biggest population, or probably the biggest population in the world,
yeah,
and they, because of how the language are built and the sounds are made, they have what I believe in English it's called absolute ear.
absolute ear. Yeah, good.
They had this
Ah,
because, like, to differentiate, like, the word mom to call to a cow, and to other two words, it's
yeah.
very slightly inclinate going here and there. So they are all of them, or the major part, absolute ear.
Yes.
It's a curiosity that I heard once, and I
Yeah, it's very
just
interesting.
stuck in my mind.
The language. I tried once to study a language that has a different alphabet. I tried to study Russian with the Cyrillic alphabet. Oh man, it's tough. It's really difficult. I lasted one year and that was enough.
My brother that I mentioned before, he's studying Japanese,
Oh, nice. Very good.
and I don't know. Once you learn a different language, even if it's with the same alphabet, you start to make it easier to learn other languages, because it's,
Yes, yeah.
I
You
don't
open
know,
your mind, you know?
your mind is open to new sounds or new
Yeah.
patterns, so you can just get it going, and anytime you just click and go.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I wanted to do before we finish, I wanted to do a little lesson that I thought would
Please.
be interesting for you and for the people who are watching. Maybe you know pretty well about false cognates. What before I start telling about some specific ones, what is your general knowledge of false cognates?
Well, what I do know about false cognates, it's they are words that in one language means something, and in other language means a different thing, totally different.
Yeah,
And you usually use as it was in your own language and make some errors.
Yeah, I think
I
the
have one
famous
that I
one
always make this
the
error.
in Portuguese and Spanish, you have embarazado, no, and embarrassed
Yes.
and pregnant is yeah. So that's a common one. I thought a few here. Do you know that parents in English
That's
is
the
not
one that I
parentes?
always make a
Yes.
mistake. That parents means your parents, not your relatives.
Yes, your parents is pais, your mom and
Yes.
dad, and parentes in Portuguese and English would be relatives.
Yeah. Relatives.
Nice.
I
Uh,
always make this
yes,
mistake.
that's a
I
common
always
one. All
call
my
my
students.
relatives my parents.
Did you know this one? We have, let's see, maybe you know this one because it relates to some of your work. We have physician is
No, this
not,
one.
we have physician is médico, right,
Yes.
in
It's not
Portuguese.
a
And
physics
physico in Portuguese is physicist in English.
physicist.
Yeah, so it's a little different there.
This one,
Uh,
but you know what? We have this on Netflix, Brazil Netflix. If you look for uh, the movie The Physician, have you heard about this movie?
no, no.
It's a very good movie. It's kind
Uh,
of they talk about the Black Plague back in the
yes, the Black Plague, yeah.
thousands. So the history talks about this and how the physicians from the Phoenicians physicians
Ah,
make the solution.
nice.
In Brazil, they translate this to o físico,
Yeah?
like the physicist,
Is
not
it
the
correct?
physician.
No, I don't know if that, yeah, my Portuguese is not so good to know if that's correct. I think,
They translate instead for the physician,
yeah.
which would stand like o médico.
Uh,
They translated it to the physicist in
oh, I
Portuguese.
see.
They put o físico.
Okay, nice. Yes,
So
the translations, you have to be careful with the translations.
sure.
uh, a common one here, probably you know, we have in English pretend. Uh,
Pretend,
pretend
which
is
it
not
means
pretender. Do you know what
yeah.
is pretend? How
It,
would you translate pretend? Do you know?
pretend it's like to in Portuguese.
Yeah, or you can if you want to explain in English
Yeah,
if you know,
pretend
or if you don't know
is
it.
when you do something that is not what you intend to do, like
Right, perfect.
you
You
pretending to do
hide, kind
something.
of. Yeah. Is in Portuguese I have here fingir, pretend,
Yeah,
fingir.
fingir
Yeah. And then pretender in Portuguese, intend
is
in
to
English, intend.
intend. Yeah,
Yeah, to intend. One more here. We have this is a common mistake for my students. Sensitive in English is sensível, and sensible in English is sensato.
I always use the sensible as sensitive.
Yes, it's a common mistake. Yeah.
I do the same mistake. This one, 100 every time, every time.
Yeah.
This one
And then
always.
one, I like this one because I learned this word in Portuguese. The word in Portuguese, esperto. Ele é
Expert.
esperto. I always thought that's kind of a negative. Like people use it kind of
Yes,
cynical. Do you agree or no?
cynical.
Yeah, esperto is smart, my
Yes,
translation. And then
but it
expert in
can
English is like perito or especialista.
true in Spanish as well.
Yes,
Esperto.
nice. But the Portuguese word, if someone says, ele é esperto, it's kind of
Mhm.
negative or no? It's kind of like criticism.
Actually, it depends a lot
Yeah.
of how you do the flexion of the intonation. I don't know. Is
The intonation.
intonation?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. How do you do that? If you say, ah, somebody, essa pessoa é muito esperta.
Yes.
Like this, it means
Yeah.
somebody that's weak, a weak
Yeah.
mind.
Right.
And if you do, oh, caramba, essa pessoa,
Yeah,
cara, você é muito esperto.
yeah,
It
that's
means
okay.
that
That's nice.
somebody is very, very
Intelligent guy,
quiet.
smart guy. Ah,
You know
good.
what?
Yeah,
One it's I don't know if it's a false cognac, but I always use it in a wrong way. Are two. First one, propaganda versus advertisement.
ah, okay. They are similar.
Yes, but I believe in that in English, propaganda has a bad meaning or
Yes,
towards a bad meaning.
propaganda could be advertisement, but it's used more in a negative way. Like a politician is using propaganda to manipulate the population, you know. So yes, it's more of has a negative connotation, propaganda.
Yes. And here in Brazil, we don't have a word for that advertisement. We both are propaganda.
Ah, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you say I saw the propaganda on the TV, and the politician gave us some
Propaganda.
propaganda.
Yes. So we don't have this differentiation, and I always use this. And another word that I don't believe it's a false cognate, but we use lot of it in a wrong place is doubt.
Hmm. Ah, doubts. Yes. Uh,
Like
how
when
do
we want to make a
you confuse it
question,
with another word?
like no, I believe that's if I say I have a doubt.
Yeah, because I have a doubt is like you have a question or you're not certain about something.
Yes,
Uh, if you say I doubt it, if you say, "Oh, Brian, are you going to the restaurant tomorrow?" I say, I doubt it. Means probably not.
yes.
You know?
But if I say to you like, Brian, I have a doubt, and then I start a question to you,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like correct, does it?
Yeah, if you say I have a doubt and then you give more information about the doubt, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
But it's not right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward for
Awkward.
us. It's not
Yes.
exactly perfect, but it's understandable.
So that's what I do, and many of other Brazilians that when I was learning English did with the teacher, and she always laugh about
Yeah.
it because she finds it cute. Okay, you had a doubt.
Yeah.
Then I
About
learned
asking
that.
questions, one of the common mistakes I have students, they say, "Oh, I want to make a question." It's no, you ask a question. Don't make a
Yeah,
question. It's a common mistake in my students.
yeah, because like make do
Yeah.
in this case ask always will translate to fazer.
Yes, you use everything fazer. It's like
Yeah.
in English, we use too much got. Everyone likes to say got, so we say, oh, I think
True.
our time is finishing here, I guess. I don't know if that's my phone or if it's the Instagram. Um, but
Oh
we
yes,
can finish for tonight. I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope you enjoyed.
I do enjoy it a lot. Thank you
Nice.
very much.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and I hope we can do